The following video is intended for mature audiences. It contains horror elements, adult themes, and language that might not be suitable for younger viewers. Welcome back to another disturbing journey in the southern underworld. But before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like, comment, subscribe, and share this devilish delight with your horror friends and fam. Engagement is essential, and it helps our little channel grow. In 2023, the cinematic world braced for the chilling resurgence of Stephen King's Pet Sematary in the form of Pet Sematary, Bloodlines. This prequel to the 2019 adaptation resuscitates the grim and twisted universe first conceived by King in his 1983 novel. For franchise enthusiasts, Bloodlines not only broadens the original narrative, but also delves into a profound psychological examination of the malevolent forces concealed beneath an idyllic small town's facade. This installment pays homage to its predecessors while enriching the lore, inviting audiences on a spine-tingling expedition into Pet Sematary's evil roots. We find ourselves once again in Ludlow, Maine, a town that has always seemed too serene. The story takes place in the early 1960s, delving into the disturbing past of both the Pet Sematary and its neighboring lands, where decay lingers and death is ever present. What sets this film apart within the Pet Sematary franchise is its ability to craft a narrative that feels fresh, yet uncannily familiar. Under the skillful direction of Lindsay Anderson Beer, the decaying beauty of Maine's woods is captured in every scene, creating a sense of impending danger throughout. The cinematography is rich yet suffocating. Fog-drenched forests and darkened skies encroach upon the characters, creating a claustrophobic ambiance reflecting their psychological torment. The storyline follows a young Jud Crandall, whom franchise fans will recognize as the sagacious elderly neighbor from the previous films. Here, he stands at the precipice of understanding his hometown's dark secrets and the sinister power residing beyond Pet Sematary's borders. As Jud investigates this mystery, he unravels a history of mortality and rebirth that spans multiple generations, a chilling cycle that puts anyone who dares to confront it in grave danger. At its essence, Pet Sematary, Bloodlines is an exploration of grief, loss, and the desperate lengths people will go to in order to defy death. This introspection into the human psyche distinguishes the Pet Sematary series from other horror franchises, with Bloodlines being no exception. The film doesn't shy away from confronting mortality's uncomfortable truths and humanity's desire to reverse the irreversible. It portrays death as both a natural conclusion and an unnatural force that yields horrifying consequences when meddled with. The characters in Bloodlines are tormented not only by their actions' physical manifestations, but also by the psychological burden of their choices. The Pet Sematary itself morphs into a symbol of temptation, a place where impossibilities become achievable at a great cost. This temptation is embodied by the ancient Wendigo spirit hovering over the burial ground, a malevolent entity preying on those who venture too close. The Wendigo is more than just mythical folklore. It symbolizes humanity's darker side, the part that lusts for dominion over life and death, regardless of the repercussions. As the narrative unfolds, Jud and his companions grapple with their personal demons, each affected by loss in ways that compel them toward Pet Sematary's forbidden power. This exploration of grief is raw and relentless, forcing audiences to confront their apprehensions about death and what lies beyond. The film's psychological depth is further amplified by its focus on ancestral guilt, the notion that past sins can shape present realities. Ludlow's inhabitants bear the weight of their predecessors' actions, ensnared in a cycle of violence and despair seemingly impossible to escape. Pet Sematary, Bloodlines pays homage to the classic elements of horror that are cherished by fans of the franchise, but it also presents new and unique elements that set it apart within the genre. One of the film's most intriguing features is its use of non-linear storytelling, allowing for a more profound exploration of the town's dark history and the generational trauma plaguing its residents. This narrative structure induces disorientation and unease, mirroring the characters' confusion and fear as they uncover Pet Sematary's truth. The film also shines in character development, presenting a cast of complex individuals each drawn to Pet Sematary for their unique reasons. Unlike previous entries in the franchise that primarily focused on undead horror, Bloodlines delves deeper into the psychological horror, accompanying knowledge of the undead. The characters are not merely victims, but active participants in their downfall, motivated by a tangled web of emotions including love, guilt, and desperation. Another standout feature of Bloodlines is its use of practical effects to create a tangible horror experience. The resurrected dead are portrayed not as mindless zombies, but as distorted versions of their former selves, both body and soul corrupted by the evil force that revived them. The makeup and special effects are gruesome, yet unsettling, adding a layer of physical horror that complements the film's psychological themes. The film's sound design utilizes eerie silence and abrupt jarring noises to keep the audience perpetually on edge. Pet Sematary Bloodlines distinguishes itself through its dedication to cultivating an atmosphere of suspense rather than relying on fleeting frights. The film's methodical pacing allows for a pervasive sense of unease that permeates each scene. This technique stands in contrast to the shock-centric strategies employed by many contemporary horror films, fostering a fear that grows gradually and naturally. The result is a cinematic experience that feels both classic and current, echoing the timeless horror films of the 1970s and 80s. The town of Ludlow evolves into a character within the narrative, its eerie forests and mist-enshrouded routes acting as tangible representations of the terror and uncertainty plaguing the characters. The Pet Sematary is portrayed as a quiet location where the laws of nature are manipulated by inexplicable forces. The pacing of the film is strategic, with each scene carefully crafted to build tension and anticipation. Through skillful use of shadows and darkness, viewers are made to feel trapped and disoriented, reflecting the character's descent into madness. The cinematography expertly contrasts the stunning beauty of Maine's landscapes with the terror lurking beneath, creating visuals that are both breathtaking and spine-chilling. Additionally, there is a noticeable shift in color tones throughout the film. Warm autumn hues in the beginning give way to cold, desaturated shades as the character's journey from innocence to horror unfolds. The performances in Pet Sematary Bloodlines are consistently impressive, with each actor infusing their roles with complexity. Jackson White excels as young Jud Crandall, authentically portraying his curiosity, fear, and resolve. He creates a relatable and empathetic character, a young man torn between his quest for truth and the terror of what he might discover. White's performance is grounded and genuine, allowing audiences to emotionally connect with Jud, even as his decisions lead him toward darkness. Natalie Allen Lind plays Norma, Jud's love interest. Her character is propelled by personal loss and grief, and Lind captures the anguish and desire driving her actions. The chemistry between White and Lind is palpable, adding an emotional depth that amplifies the horror's impact. Pet Sematary Bloodlines pays tribute to its origins, while also carving out its unique niche within the franchise. This new installment of the series will please its devoted followers by exploring the deep-rooted mythology that has made Pet Sematary a timeless masterpiece. At the same time, it presents a novel approach to horror that will captivate both newcomers and dedicated fans alike. The film's exploration of grief and loss is both poignant and horrifying, compelling viewers to confront their fears about death and the beyond. Its psychological depth sets it apart from other horror films, offering an insightful take on the genre that stimulates thought while terrifying viewers. The use of practical effects coupled with atmospheric tension creates an immersive horror experience. Pet Sematary Bloodlines is a commendable addition to the Pet Sematary franchise. It presents a fresh perspective on horror that is both terrifying and thought-provoking. The film respects its origins while expanding the scope of what horror can encompass, offering a unique exploration of grief, loss, and mankind's defiance of death. Prequels can either enhance our understanding of a series or leave us more confused than before. Pet Sematary Bloodlines was a fantastic contribution to this well-loved film franchise. shedding light on many unanswered questions from the previous movies and bringing the series full circle. Whether you're a franchise fan or newcomer, Bloodlines leaves an indelible mark, a chilling reminder of the terrors lurking beneath the familiar and known. Pet Sematary Bloodlines is a fantasy horror that is 1 hour and 27 minutes long and is rated R. The Southern Underworld gives it 5 bloody knives. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Thank you for watching.